Folk football back again with another SPFL roundup show, and of course we kicked off on the big Tuesday with a mighty point for Hibs at Ross County. Reviewed that game in terms of Hibs were probably a bit jammy to get themselves a point. I mean, you could argue that Davy Marshall was fouled for that equaliser for Ross County, but I think a point. Is it the fair reflection? Yeah, I think Ross County were better, but you can argue the point of their goal was a wee bit dodgy, maybe. But, Hibs, 4 games undefeated at Ross County, moved themselves up. But as they went into Wednesday, could they keep themselves that high? Well, they had to rely on other results going their way. But Ross McCrory gets sent off. Aberdeen have put in an appeal against it. That is nowhere near getting rescinded, in my opinion. That was rightfully so. And you know what? Aberdeen actually held out for a decent bit in this game, but it was always going to be a tough ask when you get a man sent off in the, when you get him sent off in the 7th minute. It was always going to be a tough ask, but Curtis May makes it 1-0. Mafowski equalises from the penalty spot. I mean, we haven't even really talked about the fact they get rid of their captain, and who sends their captain out on loan? Like, that's not a Jim Goodwin thing, or or the chairman thing. That's just fucking pish for everyone involved. What were they thinking, man? But yeah, they do get the goal back, but then St Mirren go, you know what, actually we need to turn up here and put these bastards to the sword, and they did, pumping them 3-1. St Mirren in absolutely outstanding form. The fact they've signed Tony Watt now, I think St Mirren are going to be aiming for 4th place. I think the likes of them, Livy, Hibs will battle out. If Aberdeen can get their act together, I don't see no reason why they can't. But again, it's going to take a lot. The players completely down tools under Goodwin. Like we say, at 6-0 against Hibs and Darvel, and the other game against Hearts. Fucking hell, man. It's been an absolute... If you support Aberdeen, goddamn, brother. But Celtic defeated Livingston. It was Cal McGregor. They were celebrating his whole 400th appearance. They did the whole celebration thing beforehand. But yeah, Celtic laid the smackdown. Half an hour in, it was looking alright for Livy, and then all of a sudden, Greg Taylor made it for a hash 8, 3-0. No goals in the second half, which I think Celtic fans will be a wee bit... they would have liked a few more goals. I'm not saying they're going to be greeting about it. They're 9 points clear, not much to greet about. But again, another easy win. Livy, if it was at the Tony Macaroni, there might have been more chance for them to defeat Ange. But again, Celtic, even in recent, I think the last 2 games at Tony Macaroni, they've won. But that brings us to the next game, and that is in Edinburgh, where Rangers turn up big time and pumped Hearts 3-0. I mean, it could have been literally 7, 8, 9. Best performance of the season. I mean, it is the best performance since Leipzig at home, and that is 9 months ago. It is. It's definitely the best performance since then. I can't think of a better performance. I mean, especially this season. This season has been dreadful. Even away to PSV. PSV were abysmal. We scraped it. Not that we were awful as well, but we weren't good. We kind of just got locked into a result with a bit of awful defending at the back. At home against Union St. Gilloise or whatever, game we won, but it wasn't particularly great. But this game, man, the press was phenomenal. I mean, Sakala, Morelos, Kamara, £20 million man, Glenn Kamara, may I add. I thought he was phenomenal. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't many players for Rangers that weren't above an 8. I thought they were fucking brilliant. And hopefully Rangers can keep more of the same going. Kelly, though, beat Dundee United, and I think Stephen Fletcher's going to be ruining that missed penalty, because that is absolutely shafted them into the... I mean, they're basically going to be rock bottom after this, aren't they? Because Armstrong, 1-0, Dundee United. But again, you can't lay so much blame with Stephen Fletcher, because the Poundland Ibra can only do so much. Just because he missed a penalty doesn't necessarily mean that Dundee United would have went on and won that game or whatever, but it still is a cause for concern. And talk about cause for concern, it is Motherwell's home form, because again, they've lost at Fir Park. St Johnstone, who, on the back of 2 defeats against Rangers, won here with a first half and a second half goal, if you're right, in Hallberg. And yeah, I mean, Motherwell, I will say here, I can't remember what they are. I think they've only... It's something mental, they've only won one or 2, I can't remember. It's either 1 or 2 games at home, but Jesus, man, absolutely awful record that is. And the fact that St Johnstone were on the run of 7 straight defeats sums up that. But as we look at the league table, of course, Celtic sit top, Rangers sit second, and Hearts sit on 39 points. Again, they've still got a 6-point gap to St Mirren, but St Mirren have a game in hand. I tell you what, well, St Mirren and Livingston both have games in hand, but If it was Hearts, I think the only team that can realistically stop them from getting third is themselves. But St Mirren definitely are the other team to watch. I think if someone's going to take third place off Hearts, then we've got Hibs in sixth. Aberdeen somehow are still sitting seventh. I tell you what, they could get dragged into a relegation fight if they continue down the path that they're on. St Johnstone, that win was mega for them. That's moved them a decent bit above it. Kelly, again, that's moved them a decent bit above it. Ross County sit on 21 points, but we do have Motherwell and Dundee United with an extra game in hand on the teams above them. But then again, they do play the likes of St Mirren and Livy. Unless they all decide to play each other, which I'm not really 100% sure about. But until the weekend, that is it. No bad.